Welcome to the deep dive. If you're looking to get past the usual Star Wars stories, well, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we are plunging into something really complex. It's layered, touches on war, grief, identity. It kind of gives you a whole new angle on the galaxy.
That's right. And we're using some specific sources today, excerpts from the novel Star Wars, The New Jedi Order, Agents of Chaos, Hero's Trial. So our mission really is to pull out the key insights for you. You'll get a handle on this unprecedented threat they're facing, and also some really surprising personal stories happening amidst all the chaos.
And the chaos hits you right away. I mean,
Yeah.
picture a world just consumed. Places that used to be green, blue, white,
Yeah.
they're now ash gray, reddish brown. Cities just immolated, forests, firestormed lakes, literally boiling.
Yeah, it's the image of Obroa-skai after the Yuuzhan Vong hit it. It's not just collateral damage. This is environmental destruction on a scale we haven't really seen before in Star Wars. It completely changes the game.
And it's deliberate, isn't it? Tied into their beliefs.
Exactly. It's deeply, deeply rooted in their, well, fanatical religion. You see it embodied in figures like Priest Harar. He's described, tall, thin, missing fingers from rituals. He wears this patterned headcloth, vivid neck markings.
And his philosophy is just chilling.
Utterly.
Yeah.
He says misery is the mainstay of life. Basically, if you accept that, then death is just a release. He genuinely believes offering flesh and blood to their gods is the right thing to do. Destruction is devotion for them.
Wow. That's quite the combination. Zealotry and brutality. But is it all just one unified front? Or are there, disagreements within the Yuuzhan Vong themselves?
Oh, there definitely are. And that's important. You've got characters like Commander Trilla. He's more military, more pragmatic. And he's actually worried that the religious overseers, like Harar, are going to confound his task.
Ah, so military objectives versus religious dogma.
Right. It shows they aren't just a single-minded hive. There's internal tension. And their whole approach to technology is another huge shift. It's based on what they call animated technology. It's all organic, living things instead of machines.
Living things? Like how?
Well, they use living creatures called villips for communication. Dove and basils create gravitic anomalies, so organic shields, organic propulsion. Even their ships, they're grown from something called uric coral.
So their tools, their weapons, their ships, they're all alive. That's a world away from droids and hyperdrives.
Completely. It forces the New Republic and the readers, to rethink everything. And their bioweapons are just as terrifying. There's this thing called Bocus, an airborne blood agent. Grows fast, but luckily fades quickly.
Luckily, what's the alternative?
Well, there was an earlier version, the Coom variant spores. Unlike Botus, those things persist. They stick around, causing long-term devastation. But adding to all this alienness, their view on the Force.
Right, what about the Force?
They seem completely ignorant of it, or maybe just dismissive. Harar calls it something you will never touch. It just highlights this massive gap, this ideological chasm between them and the Jedi.
So while Obroa-skai is burning, the New Republic is facing its own kind of firestorm back home, a political one.
Exactly. We get this snapshot of a really intense Senate debate. It shows just how much pressure the government is under.
Yeah.
You got Beldar Nolik from the Obroan Institute just furious.
Understandably, I guess. His world was just destroyed.
Right. He's blaming the New Republic, blaming the Jedi for not protecting a center of learning. He even floats the idea of making a separate peace deal with the Yuuzhan Vong. There's a bit of blatant chauvinism there, too, about how important Obroa-skai was.
But surely someone pushes back.
Oh, yeah. Senator Vicky Shesh from Quat takes a more pragmatic line. She's urging everyone to look ahead, warning about splitting apart internally.
Right.
She defends the Jedi, too. And then Chief of State Falia, he's firm. No bargaining with aggressors, period.
So deep political divisions, even when facing total annihilation.
It paints a picture of a government really struggling to hold it together. And that galactic crisis, it's mirrored in some deeply personal ones, too, like with Han Solo.
Han. How's
Right.
he handling things? I mean, Chewie's death.
He's absolutely devastated,
Yeah.
crushed. He blames himself, feels like he's part of the past. It's really raw grief. There's this moment where he almost envies C-3PO, thinking deactivation or a memory wipe might be simpler than what humans go through with death.
Wow. That's dark for Han.
It is.
Yeah.
And you see it all come to a head during Chewbacca's memorial on Kashyyyk. We hear about his family, Maltabuk, his wife, Lumpuero, his son, Lobaka, his nephew, who's actually a Jedi Knight.
Right, Loey.
Yeah. And they recount Chewie's life, his heroism,
Oh.
capturing a dangerous plant, facing a beast in a pit, even catching this creature called a Quillerat from Mala just to show his love. And then there's the Wookiee life debt.
that Han now carries.
Exactly. It's this sacred, incredibly serious bond. And for Han, it just piles onto the guilt. It fuels this intense, almost dangerous desire for payback against the Yuuzhan Vong. It really sends him down a different path.
A darker path, it sounds like. And while Han's dealing with that, the New Republic faces something else entirely, right? These defectors show up.
Yeah, talk about a moral quandary. Two Yuuzhan Vong are captured.
Yeah.
One is Elan, and her title alone, priestess of deception, should ring alarm bells.
You'd think so.
And with her is this mysterious figure, Vergere. She's described as a Foch from another galaxy entirely, acting as Elan's familiar. They get picked up after a fight in the Meridian sector, and bang, first thing they do is ask for political asylum.
Which must put the Jedi in a tough spot, especially Luke.
Incredibly tough. And it hits close to home because Mara Jade Skywalker, Luke's wife, is incredibly ill. She has this molecular malady doctors can't figure out. The Force is basically the only thing keeping her going.
So the stakes couldn't be higher for them personally.
Exactly. Luke is struggling, but the Jedi Knights, Kip Duran, Silgal, Jason Solo, Lobaka too, they decide collectively to meet the defectors. It shows their unity, their willingness to take a massive risk, even though some, like Jason and Silgal, are really worried it's a trap aimed right at Luke and Mara.
And is it a trap? I mean, priestess of deception.
Well, yeah. Turns out Elan's defection is a setup, a careful ploy orchestrated by Priest Harar and another key figure, Executor Nam Enor. The goal is to infiltrate, sow chaos. They even let the New Republic have a few minor victories, like at Ord Mantell, just to make Elan look legit.
That's elaborate. What about Vergere, the other one?
Her role is stranger. She seems to have this ability to heal with her tears. Seriously, an intelligence officer, Showalter, gets a blaster wound temporarily repaired by that.
Here's that heal. Okay, that's new.
Right. So scientists Ulos and Tamla-El, they get fascinated. They start studying the tears, how they affect Mara's cells, and Mara herself, just desperate, decides to actually consume the tears.
Whoa, knowing they only worked temporarily on the other person?
Knowing that and knowing nothing about long-term effects, it's a total leap of faith, driven by hope, by the sheer awfulness of her illness. It shows you how desperate they are.
So the Jedi are pinning their hopes on these mysterious tears while Han Solo is, what? Off doing his own thing.
Completely off the grid. He's hunting down this guy, Rekdesh, former smuggler, now working with Peace Brigade.
Peace Brigade? Doesn't sound very peaceful.
Not at all. They're basically collaborators, mercenaries, working for the Yuuzhan Vong. And Han picks up this unexpected co-pilot, Droma. He's a Rin nomad. Han's initially pretty skeptical, classic Han.
Doesn't trust anyone easily.
Right. But he starts to rely on Droma. It's a big step for him. And Droma introduces this fascinating cultural element. He does a sabacc reading for Han.
Like telling his fortune with sabacc cards.
Kind of. Droma explains the Rin see the cards not just for gambling, but as spiritual principles. The reading he gives Han is unsettling, talks about a lost friend, obviously Chewie, a journey into the unknown, this craving for retribution Han feels.
Wow. So it ties Han's personal quest into something almost mystical.
Exactly. It adds this whole other layer. Then things get very unmystical. They end up on the Jubilee Wheel, a refugee station, right when the Yuuzhan Vong attack. Chaos everywhere. Han, being Han, reluctantly ends up playing hero, saving refugees.
He can't help himself sometimes.
Pretty much. And he nearly dies. Gets spaced, basically.
Yeah.
Droma saves his life using his tail. Incredibly. That really solidifies their bond, going through that kind of danger together.
Okay, so Han and Droma are bonding. The Jedi are dealing with Elan and Vergere. But what about this Peace Brigade and Rekdesh?
Right. It all starts to connect. We find out the Peace Brigade isn't just some random group. They're actively stirring up anti-Jedi feelings, destabilizing worlds for the Yuuzhan Vong. They even hijack the refugee ship, the Queen of Empire, specifically to grab Elan.
Wait, grab Elan? I thought she was with the New Republic.
She was, but here's the twist inside the twist. Executor Nam Enor, the Yuuzhan Vong planner, he let the Peace Brigade capture her.
Why would he do that?
To make her defection look even more real. If she gets rescued by supposed enemies of the Vong, it makes the New Republic trust her story more. It's incredibly devious.
Okay, my head's spinning a little. So Elan gets captured by the Peace Brigade.
But then she turns the tables. On the shuttle, she unleashes that Botus weapon we mentioned earlier, kills Rekdesh, his whole crew, even the Yuuzhan Vong operative who was pretending to work with them.
So she was loyal to the Vong all along, a true priestess of deception.
Absolutely. Her mission was infiltration and murder. And poor Han just happens to be nearby and gets accidentally exposed to the Botus.
Oh, no. Does he?
He nearly dies. Again. But Droma, quick as lightning, saves him. Again. Their partnership is really forged in fire, or rather, vacuum and bioweapons.
This is intense. And there's one more shoe to drop, isn't there? The leak.
The final, chilling piece. New Republic intelligence director Scare figures it out. Someone with top-secret clearance leaked the plans for moving Elan. Which means...
There's a traitor, a mole, high up in their own government.
Exactly, adding betrayal to invasion, grief, and political chaos.
So this deep dive really shows that war isn't just, ships shooting at each other. It forces everyone to face these huge spiritual questions, political breakdown, deep personal pain, all at once.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What we really see here is the Yuuzhan Vong's fanaticism isn't just belief, it's a total weapons system. It forces the Republic to deal with biological warfare, yes, but also just staying unified. And you see how something like grief can totally change a character like Han Solo's entire trajectory. Send him down this completely unexpected road.
Yeah, it's all about navigating this murky world of deception, weird alliances. Han, who always tries to stay out of Jedi business, is suddenly knee-deep in fighting galaxy-ending aliens, dealing with the Force, Wookiee life debts. It's wild.
And the Jedi aren't just fighting aliens. They're fighting internal betrayal, this desperate personal battle for Mara's life.
Yeah.
It's coming at them from all sides.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? When you have ancient beliefs smashing against these new biological horrors, allies are uncertain, enemies have multiple faces, what are the real forces shaping things? And how on earth do you find the truth when deception is practically an art form?
That's the question, isn't it? Something to really chew on after digging into this part of the story.